Thank you, Cindy. Good morning. Welcome. I'm Kat, and it is absolutely my pleasure to be here this morning to serve as your music minister. And whether you are on Zoom, YouTube, Facebook, now or later, I want to welcome you home. Please join in singing Cindy Harvey's Gathering Song. We have gathered here to feel the love. We have gathered here to share the love. We have gathered here to feel the love. We have gathered here to share the love. Gathering to see the beauty of community. Gathering to see the beauty that is you and me. Gathering to see the beauty of community. Gathering to see the beauty that is you and me. Oh yeah. Share with each other. If you're sitting with someone, offer a hug, a kiss, or whatever you'd like. We come together, our hearts in unity, shining our light for all to see. Open to spirit, joyful and free, sharing our hope for what's to be.
To see the beauty of community, gathering to see the beauty that is you and me. Yeah.
And one more time. Gathering to see the beauty of community,
gathering to see the beauty that is you and me.
Yeah. We have gathered here to feel the love. We have gathered here to share the love. Beautiful job.
Thank you, Kat. We are gathered here to share the love. And we are so delighted that you have joined us this morning. I'm the Reverend Glenda Walden, and I am the leader of this high vibration love tribe, I've decided to call us. And we're so glad that you're here. We're going to open our service this morning by lighting the Christ candle. It reminds us of the light that is always shining within us. And our affirmation and denial statement comes from our Lenten book. And it's a long one, so we're going to take it slow. I release the habit of judging others. So say that with me. I release the habit of judging others. I renew my commitment to see the divine in all beings. I renew my commitment to see the divine in all beings. We are part of a much larger ministry that is based on the power of prayer and our thoughts to change our reality.
And now I want to invite you to take a deep breath in with me. Close your eyes, bow your head if that's comfortable for you, as we enter into this holy moment of prayer. as we breathe into that love and that light that is the essence of who we are. We call to mind today those who are on our hearts and on our minds. And I invite you wherever and whenever you are to speak those names out loud. Not from a place of need or lack, but from a place of support and upliftment. Seeing these names that you have called forth as in their divine beingness, as in the light of who they are. And in this divine moment, I want you to think of someone that you have a little rub with. Someone that's like an irritant. I used to have an Australian friend that used to say, like sand in my swimmers. And I want you to think of these people that maybe you feel some kind of way about. And I want you to speak their names aloud. And I want you to imagine them in their divine light. See them as light in presence and love in essence. Together we affirm that no matter what is going on in the world, what is going on in our lives, there is a light within us that cannot ever be diminished. And this light that shines in us shines in those we care the most about. Shines in those that we barely know. And shines with those that we have to remember to love. We give thanks for this opportunity to be together across the airways, to celebrate our divinity, to celebrate our humanity. And for the blessings this moment holds for us. We say thank you. All women, all children, amen. I am so excited to introduce to you today's speaker. So Jan Larson is from St. Petersburg, Florida, but she's also from Michigan. And for the last 3 years, she has served as my prayer partner. She has prayed me through some of the most challenging times in my life in the last 5 years. She has celebrated with me at small victories, and we have shared joys and tears and laughter together. I was really honored last year when Jan approached me and asked me to be her mentor on her ministerial path through the Urban Ministerial School. And part of that being a mentor is observing her as she speaks and as she uses her ministerial skills out in the field. And so I know that you are going to be delighted to share Jan with me and to hear about what it takes to have a good kiss. In honor of Jan and this fun topic and just in celebration of Valentine's Day and love of the month of February, I've asked Kat to sing a very special song. A song that I will bring a smile to your face, even if you can't figure out the metaphysical meaning. So please enjoy Kat, and then let's welcome Jan.
I'm in love with a big blue frog. A big blue frog loves me. It's not as bad as the years. It was Christmas and 6 was green. I'm not worried about our kids. I know they'll turn out neat. Eager look at the smile on my face. Great swimmers just how I was free. Well, I'm in
Hello, my name is Jan Larson, and I have a question for you. What is the definition of a good kiss? When are you at your best? Probably you're at your best when you're passionate about something. And when are you the most passionate? When you surrender to something you love. Love of your partner, your spouse, your family. Could be your religion or your spirituality. Could even be your politics. When we surrender, it includes a full commitment. We tend to lose ourselves in what we're deeply passionate about. Think of it. You surrender to that love of your family, and you would do most anything for them. Recently, a 19-year-old Virginia girl, Charlotte Heffelmeyer, lifted a GMC utility pickup truck off her dad, who was trapped in the garage under the burning vehicle. She said she was not a hero. She was just doing what she had to do. Well, she had to do it because she was passionate about the love that she had for her father and her family, whom she went on to save when the fire spread into the house. The story went like this. In bare feet, Charlotte ran to the front of the truck and struggled to lift it. Eric, her father, was still conscious, and he yelled out, "You got it. One more try." She tried again and was able to tip the truck backward just enough for her to prop it up with her right hip. She grabbed her dad by the shirt and with both hands yanked his 6'3", 280-pound frame from under the truck. When do you think you are the most powerful? When you surrender and allow love to flow. Charlotte surrendered, and immediately the power of love flowed. In Sanskrit, surrender is the ability to give yourself wholly to something, to flow like water, to not force things. Surrender allows you to flow with life without overthinking, without self-doubt. Did you ever overthink? I know I have. Have you any self-doubt? I certainly have had that a lot of times. Imagine where you're not doing that. That is the joy of surrender. And the most famous image of someone surrendering to a kiss is this. George Mendonça, the sailor pictured in this famous photograph, is kissing Greta Friedman in Times Square on August 14, 1945, the day that Japan surrendered. There was a 25-foot statue erected, and it was commonly called the Unconditional Surrender. It was in Sarasota for a while and then moved to San Diego. But the photograph itself became one of the most famous images of the 20th century. The kissing couple were actually perfect strangers. Greta was a dental assistant wearing a nurse's uniform, and she just happened to be there when George was overcome about VJ Day. He was a little drunk and he grabbed Greta and kissed her. So there really was no unconditional surrender, but the picture symbolizes unconditional surrender. And isn't it true that the best kiss involves total surrender? The best speech is a passionate speech. The best commitment is a passionate commitment. And getting passionate about something involves surrender. Surrendering is a complete commitment. one that allows a 19-year-old girl lift her father's GMC truck. How surrendered am I? You might wonder. Well, how surrendered are you? Let's ask ourselves some questions. Do I recognize that I cannot control everything? Can I admit that I'm not always right? Can I let go of the need to be right? Can you be spontaneous? Can you not have to plan everything down to the last detail? Can you enjoy life? Can you stop long enough to let that enjoyment in? What stands in the way of our surrender? Do you think it can sometimes be because we want something too much? And then we succumb to anxiety and fear? Isn't it fascinating how hard it is for most of us to surrender? And yet we all know how. We need to surrender to get a good night's sleep. We need to surrender to get a good belly laugh or even a good cry. It's not good to hold back those tears, especially when we're experiencing grief. Did you know that when we allow ourselves to feel profound grief, that is when we are really in the flow of life? We're allowing life to wash over us. How many paths do you think there are to the experience of surrender? Well, in the order of difficulty, I would say trial by fire, anxiety and fear, and accepting what is. Trial by fire is one way to experience surrender. Everything's going down, you're losing your relationship, your job, your health. It's a crisis, and crisis is an amazing opportunity, but it's not the only opportunity. Anxiety and fear is another way that we experience surrender. But when you feel fear or you feel anxious, you're faced with a choice. You're faced with a choice about what you think. Because just because you have an anxious thought or a fearful thought doesn't mean you have to go down that path. And if you do go down that path, it doesn't mean you have to stay on that path. Accepting what is the last way and the best way to experience surrender. Accept how things are, rather than trying to fit things and people into how we think it should be, how we want it to be. Trust the moment. Be with people. You can start surrendering right away, actually through a number of techniques, and you might be surprised to find that it will be enjoyable. Ecstasy in the little things is not just in the huge triumphs. Don't wait for those huge goals. There are so many things happening all the time. You can start surrendering right away. And here's how. The next time you find yourself in a long line, let someone go in front of you. People get uptight when they're in long lines, and they're astounded when you let them go first. Look at their face. They act like you've given them a lot of money. People are so unaccustomed to small acts of kindness. We really are. Try it in the grocery store. One cashier told me at the market that when someone cut in front of a customer in line, the customer sprayed him with whipped cream. They call that supermarket rage. The next time you see a mother with kids, for example, let them go first. And then you will notice that the line begins to move faster. Or it certainly seems to move faster. Don't underestimate the power of the little things. They're potent. And I want you to enjoy them because it's so much fun to see how you can shift energy and see how you can change the world in the most mundane aspects. Gift yourself with that. It's potent. This is one of the secrets to life, one of the secrets to a good life. Don't underestimate the little things. Gandhi said, if we want peace, we must be the change. We must be the change. This is so powerful because using the techniques of surrender, you can be a pioneer and do things differently. Don't wait for that nasty person over there to change, or don't wait for your spouse or your partner to change. Take one small step to be the change. Surrender is, in a way, counterintuitive. It seems like a way of giving up, doesn't it? Seems like a way of being defeated. But I'm presenting it to you today as a way of being more powerful. Isaiah 40, 28 and 29 says this. Have you not known? Have you not heard? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. End of scripture. We are safe surrendering to the God that expresses through us and as us. You know God does not love you. God is love. Give yourself wholly to love. Surrender to love. Love changes everything. Then, as individuals, we can flow with life to change the world, starting in ordinary moments. Thank you. Namaste.
As we move now into meditation after that fabulous message by Janet, I invite you to take a deep breath in, close your eyes as Kat sings to us.
I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am grateful every moment, every day. My mind is willing and my heart is opened wide. I trust my instincts and let spirit be my guide. I vow to live a life that's real and true and free as I continue walking in this mystery. And I surrender to my greatest, highest good. I release any fear that blocks my way. And every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am grateful every moment, every day. There may be walls, there may be roadblocks in my way, yet I can choose to take a higher path each day. And now I know what I thought was safe and sound was only habit and regret that held me down. And I surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I'm more loving every moment, every day. And I am kinder every moment, Every day I surrender. Every moment, every day.
I invite you to close your eyes or cast your gaze at whatever is appearing on your screen and just take a moment to breathe. Jan reminded us the importance of keeping it simple and surrendering. In this season of Lent, it is a time to release and let go, to surrender to your highest, greatest good. In this moment of quiet reflection, what in you is ready to be released? What stories have grown old and burdensome? What error beliefs are holding you back, weighing you down? I invite you in this moment to just breathe those out with an exhale. To set your intention to release in order to be renewed. Surrender. What have you been trying to control that is controlling you? What is it that you've been trying to make happen? Now, surrender. Open your hands to receive. Are you willing to surrender to your highest, greatest good? Are you willing to be renewed in this Lenten season? To accept the good that is coming your way? To accept the good that is at the heart of you? Cindy's going to come and play for us now. As we breathe in and receive and breathe out and release in a few minutes of silence. breathing in, we give thanks for knowing that when we ask, it is given. That all we have to do is let go and allow. I invite you to open your eyes and rejoin us as we sing our prosperity song.
When we ask, it is given. All we do is allow. When we ask, it is given. All we do is allow. We allow well-being. We allow joy. When we've asked, it's been given. Our abundance is on its way. When we allow, when we allow, when we ask, it is given. All we do is allow. When we ask, it is given. All we do is allow. We allow well-being. We allow joy. When we've asked, it's been given. Our abundance is on its way. When we allow, when we allow,
When we allow. And we are so grateful that we have been allowing abundance to flow our way from your generosity. I want to remind you that you can give online. You can give at unityfw.org through our app, which is available in any app store, or you can mail it in at 3232 Crescent Avenue. So put your hand on your hearts and join us in saying our prosperity blessing. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am joy-filled and grateful. So we have coming up on at 12 o'clock today is the 12 Powers Workshop Part 2. So please stay on the Zoom call and join Susan as she tells you the rest of the story on the 12 Powers. On February 24th, we will be starting a new meditation practice. Meditation will be held at 7 instead of 6:30, and we will be using the Release and Renew Lenten Spiritual Practice booklet as a discussion and a time of meditation. Next Sunday, I am happy to announce that Stephen McAfee, through the wonders of technology, will be joining us for service. He'll be joining me on the platform as our guest speaker. We are delighted to have Stephen back with us, so be sure that you tell all of your friends. And on March 7th, we will be back in the sanctuary. Woo, 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 woo. I think that many of us are ready. If you are not ready, that's fine. Please check in on Facebook or YouTube Live. Those will be the only two ways that you can view us. As of March 7th, we will no longer be on Zoom except for the classes as announced. Meditation will also, starting that week, first week of March, will also be happening on grounds at that time as well. On March 6th, through the 27th. We will be meeting Saturdays at 10 o'clock over at Firefly in their outdoor tent to have a discussion about mastering life's energies. I'm so delighted to share Maria Namath's teachings with you, and look forward to having coffee with you on Saturday mornings at 10 o'clock over at Firefly. And now, wherever you are, I invite you to stretch your arms wide. Imagine touching your other friends and family that are a part of this community we call unity as we say our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is. I am divine. You are indeed. And now, Kat's going to sing us a song that's very familiar to us, one that I loved, and I invite you to sing along wherever you are.
Well, I could just sit around making music all day long. Long as I'm making music, I know I can't do nobody wrong. And who knows, maybe someday I'll come up with a song that makes people want to stop their fussing and fighting just long enough to sing along. Everybody sing.